Drawing is a wonderful skill that allows you to express your creativity and communicate your ideas visually. It enables you to bring your imagination to life in ways that words sometimes cannot. Many people believe that artistic talent is something you're born with, but the truth is that anyone can learn to draw with dedication and practice. Just like learning a musical instrument or a new language, consistent effort is key to improving your drawing abilities. The more you practice, the better you'll become at observing the world around you and translating those observations onto paper. Remember, learning to draw is a journey, not a race. Progress may be slow, but each step forward is a step towards mastery. There will be times when you feel frustrated, but every artist starts somewhere. These challenges are part of the growth process. Every line you draw, every mistake you make, is an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace these moments as they are crucial to your development as an artist. Perspective is a fundamental concept in drawing that allows you to create the illusion of depth and space on a two-dimensional surface. It's a technique that has been used by artists for centuries to bring their drawings to life, making them appear more realistic and engaging. It's what makes objects appear closer or farther away, larger or smaller, depending on their position in relation to the viewer. By manipulating perspective, artists can guide the viewer's eye through the composition, creating a dynamic and immersive experience. Think of a road stretching out before you. The lines appear to converge in the distance, even though we know they are parallel in reality. This visual trick is a powerful tool in an artist's arsenal, allowing them to create a sense of vastness and depth. This is perspective in action. It's a way to translate the three-dimensional world onto a flat surface, making the drawing feel more lifelike and believable. One of the most common types of perspective used in drawing is linear perspective, which involves using vanishing points to create the illusion of depth. This method is essential for accurately depicting architectural structures and landscapes. A vanishing point is a point on the horizon line where parallel lines appear to converge. Understanding this concept is crucial for creating realistic and proportionate drawings. By placing objects in relation to these vanishing points, you can create a sense of depth and realism in your drawings. This technique helps to anchor objects within the space, making the scene more cohesive and believable. Another important aspect of perspective is foreshortening, which is the technique of depicting an object or figure at an angle that makes it appear shorter than it actually is. This technique is particularly useful in figure drawing, where it can add a dramatic sense of depth and movement. This is especially important when drawing figures, as it helps to create a sense of volume and depth. Foreshortening can make a figure appear to leap off the page, adding a dynamic quality to the artwork. Mastering foreshortening can be tricky, but with practice, you can learn to accurately depict the human form from any angle. It's a skill that requires patience and observation, but the results are well worth the effort. Perspective can seem intimidating at first, but it's a skill that can be learned with practice and patience. Start with simple exercises and gradually increase the complexity as you become more comfortable with the techniques. Start by practicing simple one-point and two-point perspective drawings, and gradually work your way up to more complex scenes. This step-by-step approach will help you build confidence and improve your skills over time. Remember to observe the world around you, and pay attention to how objects appear from different angles. Observation is key to understanding perspective and applying it effectively in your drawings. Shading is the process of adding value, or lightness and darkness, to your drawings to create the illusion of form and volume. It is a fundamental technique that can transform a simple sketch into a lifelike representation. It's what makes objects appear three-dimensional on a flat surface, and adds a sense of realism and depth to your artwork. Without shading, even the most detailed drawings can look flat and uninteresting. Without shading, your drawings would look flat and lifeless, lacking the visual interest that shading provides. There are various shading techniques that you can use, each with its own unique effects. These techniques can be combined and experimented with to achieve different textures and finishes in your artwork. Hatching involves creating value by drawing a series of parallel lines. The closer the lines are to each other, the darker the area will appear, while cross-hatching takes it a step further by layering lines in different directions to create darker values. This technique is great for adding depth and texture. Stippling, on the other hand, uses dots to create value, with closer dots creating darker areas and farther dots creating lighter areas. This method can be time-consuming but offers a unique and detailed finish. The key to effective shading is to understand how light interacts with different surfaces. Observing real-life objects can provide valuable insights into how light and shadow work together. When light hits an object, it creates highlights, midtones, and shadows. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in defining the form and structure of the object. Highlights are the brightest areas of an object where the light is hitting directly. These areas can make your drawing pop and appear more realistic. Midtones are the areas that are neither fully lit nor fully shadowed. They provide a transition between the highlights and the shadows, adding depth to your drawing. While shadows are the darkest areas, where the object is blocking the light. These areas help to ground the object and give it weight. By carefully observing the way light falls on objects in the real world, you can learn to recreate those same effects in your drawings. This practice will enhance your ability to depict realistic scenes. Remember to use a range of values from light to dark to create a sense of depth and dimension. This range will make your artwork more dynamic and engaging. For many artists, drawing the human figure is both a rewarding and challenging endeavor. To accurately capture the nuances of the human form, it's essential to have a solid understanding of anatomy. This involves studying the skeletal structure, muscle groups, and proportions of the body. Start by familiarizing yourself with the basic proportions of the human figure. A common approach is to use the head as a unit of measurement. For instance, the average adult figure is typically around 7 to 8 heads tall. Understanding these proportions will help you create more balanced and believable figures. Next, delve into the skeletal system, as it forms the framework upon which the muscles and skin rest. Learn the names and locations of major bones such as the clavicle, ribcage, pelvis, and femur. This knowledge will enable you to construct figures with a sense of solidity and structure. Equally important is the study of muscles. As muscles contract and relax, they create the various forms and contours we see on the surface of the body. Focus on understanding the origin, insertion, and action of major muscle groups. This knowledge will help you draw figures in dynamic poses and convey a sense of movement and energy. You know, one of the best ways to improve your drawing skills is to learn from the experts. Study the works of renowned artists, analyze their techniques, and try to understand their unique styles. It's like standing on the shoulders of giants, really. By observing their masterpieces, you can gain invaluable insights that can elevate your own art to new heights. So, let's talk about some effective techniques for improvement. Practice consistently, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Focus on the fundamentals, like anatomy, perspective, and shading. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are, after all, part of the learning process. And remember, seek feedback from others. Constructive criticism can provide a fresh perspective and help you see areas where you can grow. Now let's discuss how to fuel your artistic journey. Stay curious and keep exploring different styles and mediums. Surround yourself with inspiration, whether it's nature, music, or other forms of art. And most importantly, never lose sight of the joy and passion that brought you to drawing in the first place. It's this passion that will keep you motivated and drive you to continually improve. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. Remember, becoming a great artist is a journey, not a destination. Keep practicing, stay inspired, and always be open to learning. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other aspiring artists. And hey, keep drawing, your masterpiece is just a sketch away.